Go ahead.
There's a lot of turbulence in the markets right now concerning interest rates. There's a lot of movements, a lot of volatilities, and that's creating a lot of concerns for my trader friends out there. Those who trade bonds, those who have a lot of exposures, a lot of duration exposures, are very concerned about increases in interest rates. But the problem is, if you have a large portfolio, you're also concerned about trading cost. But the good news is, you can adjust your duration exposures using futures contracts, just by using a formula that takes into account the durations adjustments. I will show them to you. We have a quick little scenario I put together to basically make my point. We have, for example, a portfolio. I'm assuming the portfolio value is $100 million. The duration of the portfolio we're starting out with is 2, and we have futures contracts that can purchase in the market. Let's say we thinking for example, the price of the futures are going to be $1,095, and the duration of each futures contract is going to be 1.25. So then the formula to alter your durations, let's say we're going to go from duration of 2 of the total portfolio to a duration of 0 for the total portfolio. So we're going to start with this formula, which essentially has this is the target duration, which is 0, and minus the current duration of the portfolio, which is 2, divide that by the duration of the futures contracts you're going to use to adjust the portfolio, which is 1.25. You multiply this by the value of the portfolio, which is $100 million. Essentially, the value of the bond portfolio, this is essentially the amount of the dollar amount that you're trying to adjust the exposure for. This could be smaller. For instance, if you only wanted to adjust half of the portfolio, you'd make it $50 million. So you can play with this number based on what you need. So the price, you're dividing this amount again by the price of the futures contract, which is $1,095. Now, using my calculator, I know that this part of the formula equals to 1.65. So 1.60, negative 1.60. And then this is multiplied by this part of this formula, which equals to 913, when I do the math. 91324.2, so it's 91,324. So we're going to multiply these two parts of the equation, which is the 91.3 multiplied by the negative 1.60. That gives us equal to a negative 146,118.72. So the way this formula works is you get this number, which is basically the raw number. You need to round it to the nearest whole number. So the number of contracts you're going to need to short is going to be 119 futures contracts. So if you sold these number of contracts, that will allow you to adjust the duration of your portfolio to be very close to 0. As you can see, this is a bit of an estimate because we're rounding numbers, so it's not really exact, but it's very close to what you need. So hopefully that'll help you, this little share of knowledge on how you manage your portfolio in these very turbulent times right now when it comes to interest rates.